Recovery coaching is helping addicts to rebuild their lives after obviously dealing with their addiction. So it's working with their strengths, resolving their limitations, and helping them to actually create the life they wanted in the first place. It's basically about reaching your potential and creating your ideal life. I actually personally work with people other than recovering addicts, because what I found was I had people coming to me and saying things like, you know, they've got over illnesses or they've got over a relationship breakup or something, but they were still in the same place as recovering addicts. They were sort of like on a path, and you know, there was no signposts. So I work with people like that as well. So my reach expands a bit more, but originally addicts were my focus. Yeah. No, an A is supposed to tell you what to do, and I don't. I basically have no agenda other than to get you well. It's not about a system, it's not about work, you know, step work or anything like that. I basically work with you. The only interests I have at heart are yours. It's not about, you know, what an organisation thinks or anything like that. So I can actually be, you know, objective with you and work with you as an individual. I'm not going to sort of list a number of things that you should and shouldn't do. It's all about finding the answers from within yourself. So it's not like a sponsor, no. No, the difference is, I mean, I'm a trained professional, and it's great actually that there are peer mentors and peer coaches coming up at the moment. I think that's a brilliant move by the services, but it's not the same thing. What these people are usually trained to do is to suggest things to you, to give you advice. A coach doesn't do that. A coach is basically trained in psychological sort of techniques to be able to work with you. And you basically find your own answers with a coach. Again, it's not about telling you what to do. No, because we don't look at sort of the problems as such. We don't focus on the problems and go over them over and over again and, you know, start talking about how you feel about them. With a coach, you work on the solutions. So actually, you know, what do we do about this now? So some people want to work with therapists and counsellors as well, and that's absolutely fine, you can do. But it's not the same thing. You can do whatever system you like. Basically, that's the whole point of coaching, is that it does whatever you want to do within it. It just helps you find answers with whatever you're doing. So you can do 12 steps. It's not aligned to any of these things. I can even help you if you want, not by telling you how to do the steps, but by helping you work through them, supporting you to do them, you know, and seeing what you think your choices should be about them. So yeah, you can do any system when you're working with a coach, that's fine. Whenever really. Obviously recovery is a journey. A lot of people like to have a coach when they come out of rehab, because obviously that's the time when you're at risk of relapse, because you know you've sort of left that secure environment and you haven't worked on rebuilding your life yet. So that's a great time to get a coach, as if you're just coming out of recovery, out of rehab. But any time in your recovery is fine. I also get asked sometimes, do I work with people who are still drinking or taking drugs? And the answer is, people who are very, very deep within their addictions are living far too chaotic lives to actually work with on a one-to-one basis like that. You need to get some kind of treatment and stability before I can work with you. But if you've done that, if you've started going to AA, you start to take responsibility for your problem and start to work with it, absolutely I can work with you. Be very happy to. If you're in recovery, it's all about rebuilding your life. So any time within your recovery is a great time to get a coach. Because there's always progress to make. There's always dreams that you haven't quite fulfilled. So any time, it's great. To summarise, basically a coach can help you to find direction. They can help you start moving forward to actually rebuilding your life. So for example, say you're going with a treatment or a service. The point of them is to help you to stay sober, and clean. Whereas the job of a coach is to help you find happiness when you're in recovery. Because what's the point after all in recovering if you're just going to be miserable and not really get on with your life? So my job is basically to make recovery worth it, to help you create a great life so that you can actually enjoy recovery.